Evansville, Indiana, August 2nd, 2008. WWE is in town for a live event at the now demolished Roberts Stadium. I was working as a bellman at the Evansville Airport Marriott, where the majority of the wrestlers on the show had stayed the previous night. Nothing out of the ordinary happened during their stay until the front desk received a call from the housekeeping manager. While cleaning out one of the wrestlers' rooms, they had found something left in the room they didn't want to touch. This would typically only happen if the guest left behind jewelry or some other type of valuable the housekeepers didn't want to be accused of stealing. One maintenance worker was instructed to meet the housekeeping manager at the room in question and bring down the item. That maintenance worker, like myself, was a big wrestling fan. It wasn't long before I got a giddy call from him on my radio to meet him in the hotel back office. I quickly rushed over to the back offices. The first thing I see is my coworker's face covered with a shit-eating grin. I then looked down to see the World Heavyweight Championship title belt across his waist. Needless to say, the first thing we did was take turns taking grainy pictures with our shitty 2008 cell phones. Later on, Arn Anderson shows up to pick up the belt and is clearly pissed off at the situation. Arn did thank us for turning in the belt, and he even ended up offering my coworker and I free tickets to the show that night. He told us to pick them up at the will call. After my shift, I met up with my coworker at the stadium for the show. We start walking over to the will call booth and are pumped to put the cherry on top of this incredible day. I asked for the tickets, and of course, they had none for us. After the devastation, we just left and went home.
There's a lot in this story. Thank you very much for the call. And that's the thing about wrestlers giving fans will call tickets in person. This is something that we do a lot at the gym. We're like, give me your name, we'll leave you tickets to the will call. And in this situation, Arn Anderson, give me your name, we'll leave you tickets to the will call. And when you get there, if he didn't put in that name, you ain't getting those tickets. Because what are you going to do? Call Arn Anderson? No, it's just a one and done. You took the gamble and it did not pay off. Now, I'm sure in Arn's heart, he meant to put your name down at will call. But the truth is sometimes you're busy and you're doing stuff and you just kind of forget. And then once you forget, you're fucked. Sorry to break it to you. Well, you know, you knew, you were there. The first part of this story, just as fun. Like many of you listening at home, when I first heard him tell this part of the story, I was like, oh, drugs? Dead body? What is it? Then a great PG turn, and it's the championship belt. The whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle, what it's all about. As a champion, just left it in the hotel room. Couldn't be bothered to take the championship title with you. I love taking the pictures. I love having the time of your life, especially two people who love wrestling. This is what it's all about. This is why you do the job that you do. So something like this can happen, and it did happen. Arn Anderson, the true hero, came to clean up somebody's business. Hey, thanks for watching. That call was part of a whole podcast called Wrestling Anonymous. Listen to the whole thing weekly. Wherever you listen to your podcast, go subscribe. While you're at it, subscribe right here on YouTube to Colt Cabana's channel. Thank you.